Welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. Let's continue exploring some human relationships, the basic concept of what me means to my loved ones. And yesterday we talked about fu, which is father, which is disciplinary role. And today, the opposite of that, what is 子. 子 in Chinese means son by default, but sometimes it can also mean girl, but default, that's the dominant meaning of 子. It's boys. So son was visualized in this script language about 3,000 years ago. This big head, it's a baby head, out of proportionally big, right, to the rest of the body, and then the arms reaching up, this pick me up position. And then we have the torso and legs, all that simplified to one streamline. So that's simplification what I guess pre-toddler, so infants look like. And of course, over here, it couldn't tell the gender, but again, by default, culturally, the opposing side of fu is 子. They are I guess, the default pairing. Of course, father and daughter in there as well, but the relationship between father and the 子, this is 子 by default would be son. Pretty wordy. Okay, 子子孙孙. Chinese has no hesitation in repeating the same character. Just duplicate that, copy paste, right after another. So 子子孙孙, and over here you can see this infant image again, 4 times because 孙 is made of 子, 孙 is a grandson. Just like in English, we have grandson, we add a grand in front of the son to mean it's a son's son, right? Double the son concept. But in Chinese, it's the opposite. We add this double son concept. First, we add after the son, the infant symbol, to the right side of it, not instead of to the left. So grandson, this grand is in front of son, right? In Chinese, we have this 小 after the 子, and 小 means small, the opposite of a grand. So it's son's smaller son. And from there, you can almost see culturally, these two, English and Chinese, have this polar direction. So for you, your son is the next generation, and your grandson, you use the grand to mean later generations, the greater expectations of later generations. So your son's son is supposed to be grander than the son, right? In Chinese, it's the opposite. You, as the ancestor, are going to be worshipped and admired because you came first. And then your son, this infant, pick me up, boy, and then the boy's boy is going to be smaller than your son. We are diminishing in the Chinese concept of a generational pass down. So, okay, so Chinese worship ancestors and diminish offsprings versus it seems like a grandson just by that grand embedded in there to mean we have a higher expectation. Later generations are supposed to be bigger, faster, stronger, smarter, whatever is supposed to be. I mean, this is supposed to be is this cultural expectation of later generation outdo the previous generation versus Chinese is going the opposite way. Interesting, right? Okay. And then the second pairing of that is 子子孙孙无穷匮也. It's not going to exhaust, it's not going to be short of population. And yeah, I translate it as a yeah. Okay. Sound similarity, but also functionally, this yeah doesn't carry exact meaning. It's almost like a pause at a long breath of pronunciation. So 子子孙孙无穷匮也. We make it round it up to 8 because 4 and 4 formation for Chinese ears is easy packaged message, easy to remember, to repeat. And then we have 子子孙子 already 4. And then the main meaning, 无穷匮 already fulfilled. And then to make it 4, we add a 也 at the very end to act as a closure of this meaning group. So 穷 and 匮. 穷 means exhaust. You exhaust means you use up everything in there. And the 匮 means you're short. You don't have enough hand. So here, Chinese expression is talking about you are going to expect generations and generations of sons upgrowing, coming up, and it's not going to end. It's not going to exhaust. And that is the cultural expectation of you as a link of your previous generation to future generation. You're supposed to function as that link to reproduce so that you have your son, your son's son, and generations to come. 无穷匮也 is never going to be the last link on that chain of lineage. So that is the cultural embedding in our value system. We're supposed to give childbirth. That's so that we fulfill this, this expression. All right, 电子, 量子 are two Chinese contemporary translation of Western science concept into Chinese. 电子, 电, electrical, particle. And so 子 here, even if you use sun means a small thing. Okay, again, culturally, we regard son as smaller than the father because father is the authority figure. They are the one who know better, who teach the later generations by disciplining them with that yardstick thing. And then, not necessarily yardstick, with a stick, disciplinary stick. And 子 is smaller. It starts as a smaller, as an infant, right? And we use that small thing to pair with this electrical to mean it actually means a particle, a small unit of things. Independent unit is not that significant. It's small. Okay, it has that sun's position in that lineage. Okay, 量子, energy particle is a Chinese translation of quantum. So 电子 is electronic or electrical. Well, I guess 电子产品, electronic devices. So 电子 is electronic, something powered by electrical particles. And 量子 is quantum energy unit. There you go. So again, I'm using a Western father-son moment to capture what a son in Chinese, how this language depicts a son, is something, the object of teaching, of disciplining, of bringing up, so that son can reproduce to the next son. And the next son, the grandson in English, is the grander. So if you look, it's like this in a timeline, right? From your generation to your sons to your grandson, it's supposed to do this. And in Chinese, it's this, the opposite way. You're the ancestor, and then your son is already smaller, and your sun is smaller than the smaller son. And over here, this father and son interaction is, again, full of joy. This is the contemporary ideal of father-son relationship versus Chinese. It's quite a different concept. All right, thank you for your time. See you next time.